since we met at Kwabinya or where? Yeah. And to my good friend Samson. Indeed, Samson, the issue has not been resolved. It could not have been resolved. Now, because if you look at the electoral laws of this country, it seems the Electoral Commission has led us into a situation where we are now struggling as a country to extricate ourselves. Now, if you look at CI 127, and I've read your comment, it appears to me that there ought not to have been any rush at all into re-collating the results of the disputed constituencies. Because the law, the CI, which is a CI of the Electoral Commission, clearly details steps that an aggrieved candidate in an election must take and how his rights accrues. That is after the results of the election in that particular constituency has been gazetted. Now tell me, Samson, all this hula baloo about mandamus compelling the Electoral Commission to perform a duty that is imposed on it by law, which the Electoral Commission has refused to perform, or collating the results of an election, which of them could not have been achieved if we had simply we had simply waited for the results to be gazetted and the aggrieved party takes the matter to court? Which of it could not have been resolved? Now, we have been put into a constitutional crisis today because the EC appears to be the interested party in this case. And I've said when we were in Parliament in 2020, when the Electoral Commission appeared to answer questions on SAL, that it appeared to me then, and has since been confirmed by many people, that the Electoral Commission was acting as if they were a law unto themselves. Now, just take the CEI 127. Even if there's a dispute where there is equality of votes, and there's a dispute as to whether or not one vote should be counted for either of parties with the equality of votes, it is not within the preserve of the Electoral Commission to determine that one vote. It has to go to the High Court for the court to so determine. So clearly, and I've read the presser of the EC addressed by Bosman Asari. And he says, look, there was an illegality. There was an unlawful act. And we, the Electoral Commission, cannot allow that illegality or unlawful act to stand. What does it tell you?
The EC chair herself had said that earlier, that the processes in those disputed constituencies did not comply with CI 127. To that extent, they had annulled them. They were going ahead to do a re-collation, and because they can't accept them.
So the EC chair says the processes did not comply. Who determines whether the processes have complied with CI 127? Is the EC? You think that is the EC decides that?
Why not?
No, they are not. Another party, another institution of state must so determine whether or not the EC, the processes at the polling station or the constituencies or the collation center has complied with CI 127. Now, EC arrogating to themselves the power to so determine is what has led us to this crisis, and reinforces the perception of bias of the EC, because people are wondering why the EC all of a sudden can take so much interest in a case in which they, EC, have not alleged duress in court. They, the EC, somebody who was a party to the election, went and alleged in court that somebody or some group of people put an officer of the EC under duress. And that's why he or she failed or declared the results otherwise. The EC did not go to court.
The EC was in court and said it was not opposed to or did not disagree with these claims. Hold your thoughts there. We'll take a quick